number 9 being run by JP and joined by Zonorous in the room and Tempest Mask 1000 remotely. You
Bom,
guys
vamos
can
ter aí a
take it away
run
when you're
de
ready.
Night
Thank you very
Number
much.
9. E bom dia a todos!
Welcome
Sejam
to the
bem-vindos ao
game
Speed
ever
Game em
made,
português, canal
Mighty
que
Number 9,
está
a rather
retransmitindo aí
long failed Kickstarter
ESA.
project in the
E
sense that
desejo
the
boa
money
sorte
budget
aí ao
didn't
runner
deliver on the
que
promise.
vai
But yeah,
correr aí
as I
nesse
am not
jogo,
alone,
que
we
para quem não sabe foi
welcome
feito pelo criador de Mega Man, né? Porque
I'm
quando ele
Zonaris.
saiu da
I speedran
Capcom,
this
né,
game like
tinha
6
até
years ago, so
abrido um
perfectly qualified to
Kickstarter,
be here. And
né?
yeah, hopefully we
E,
also
bom,
have
digamos que esse jogo acabou sendo
Hello,
uma
friends and fellow
decepção para os
gamers.
fãs de Mega Man,
It's good to be here on stream 1 for you all. I
o
hope
Night
you
Number
can hear me
9,
well.
mas ele tá aí, né?
Is that my pal time link in the back?
O jogo existe
Yeah, good to see you, man.
e vai ser
Yeah, I also
corrido
run this
aí,
game,
tem a
and
estimativa de
yeah,
46
I'm very
minutos,
much honored to
a
join
categoria
this year.
N
Wish I could be
person,
there in person, but
né?
this will be the next best thing. So, yeah, just to give a quick rundown of the
O runner vai
category and to
começar
present
a
the
partir de
link,
um save
we
novo.
run on the normal difficulty. Of course, there are other difficulties like hard, hyper, and maniac, which is the one-hit kill difficulty. And you're going to see a very notable
E
difference if you
bom
are
dia aí
familiar
a
with how those
todos
other
que estão no
difficulties
chat
work in
também.
terms of progression. So,
Como é que vocês estão?
JP, take it away.
Não, hoje é
without further ado,
sexta-feira.
let's start the run. And yeah, normal
Bom,
and yeah, it starts as 2
temos a
steps
dificuldade
before
normal,
the
hard, hyper
run.
e
Let's go.
maniac.
let's
Ele
go.
vai de normal.
And at first we have the
Começou a
enemy
run,
intro
GL,
stage,
GL.
very much like a Mega Man X game, you could say. But after the cutscenes we skip, we are not going to dash because we don't have that yet. We're
E
gonna do
temos aí
this
o Night Number 9
awkward
agora na
backward jump
tela.
shooting that is faster than regular walking for some reason.
Which I learned about yesterday. I did not know that this existed.
Yeah. Most
E como vocês podem ver, é muito parecido com o Mega Man,
bad habit of not knowing how to
né?
tell
Porque é do criador de
slow,
Mega Man,
but yeah,
né?
after we get the dash, the movement becomes much more pleasant to perform and hopefully to watch. But yeah, more about the basics. Soneris, could you?
Yeah, sure. So if you've never seen Mighty Number 9, it's basically a Mega Man clone. Now that we got the dash, there's a lot of enemies. We will ignore most of them. When you kill enemies,
E é claro, tem
you kill, they
inimigos,
get
né?
like
Na
this state
fase
where you can dash into
classicamente
them,
como Mega Man,
which you've
né?
already seen a
Várias
few
comparações
bunch
vai
of times.
ser, vão
And
ser
they're gonna drop
feitas, não
like
tem
these
muito
tiny
o que fazer.
power-ups. There's 3 different ones. Currently, you see like this red orb above the head, which means that he's currently doing more damage and he uses less weapon energy, which right now is useless because we don't have any weapons from other things. But there's
Mais inimigos
more
aí
resources. The
sendo,
green
tendo
one,
que ser
which we like
destruídos,
to get
não,
as much as possible
nada de
because it
progressão.
makes us faster. And there's also the yellow one, which you see right here, which is a bit about defenses, which for the speedrun is not really that important. And it's just a temporary buff that you can get. You can have all 3 of them if you somehow manage to do that. And yeah, so
Enquanto isso, a conversa dos professores ali
the
embaixo,
yellow one is kind of
enquanto o Night Number 9 vai fazendo o seu caminho pela fase.
And yeah, you just kill the enemies that are in your way and ignore all the others and try to get to the end of the stage as
Porque
fast
como
as possible.
sempre, né, nesses universos estava tudo bem, um dia
Like the gist of
os
the game.
robôs ficam loucos do nada.
Especially the don't die part is kind of important.
Indeed. Also, we
E
have the boss
chegamos
fight, and
no
boss
boss.
fights work similar to regular enemies that you have the dash to deal damage, but the health bars are divided into sections, and once you deal enough damage to a section, you can absorb it. And you want to do this as soon as
Mais um
possible because
pouco
if you
e
don't,
o
they
runner
will
vai
start
finalizar
recovering.
aí. Pronto.
And you definitely don't want that. Also, I'm gonna be shouting fractions, so if someone can keep up with these,
Oh
I'd
yeah.
be happy. So
Let's see.
50.
50?
50.
Okay.
Yeah. And now that we've got past the intro stage, we are gonna get into the meat of the game and very unique part of the game. 8 robot masters that have their stages.
Bom, e agora temos
and we
que
go in
escolher
a
as
different
fases
order,
dos
starting with this
Robot
one.
Masters,
And where is the
praticamente,
Tempest?
né? Como eu disse, vai ser
Well,
feito
for those that
feito
don't
com
know, like
comparação
with a Mega Man game, JP will be
com
collecting
Mega Man.
power-ups based on Beck's
Afinal,
siblings, the
o
mighty
jogo foi
numbers, and
feito pelo
going
criador
off
do Mega
with
Man,
the
né?
first one,
Depois
Battalion,
que ele
or,
saiu da
well,
Capcom.
each mighty number has a full name and a nickname, so in this case, Bat. His weapon is easily the bread and butter of the speedrun itself. It is super powerful, it has low ammo consumption per shot.
Eu não sou
It is very
burro.
versatile, and most importantly, one
Anakin,
of the
bom
ways that he can
dia.
perform a special trick, he's also
Já
going to do
chegou
right here now,
chegando, né?
and there we go. First try. It's very easy to do. It's what we call the iframe glitch, where he used the
Como é
action
que você
shift,
tá,
which is a little
Anakin?
command that he was doing in the very beginning of the intro
Bom,
stage
enquanto
before you got
isso,
the dash.
temos aí
And
Night Number 9
at the
passando
start
pela
of
fase.
the action shift, well, first and foremost, you need to hold a particular button in order to
Como sempre,
either
Anakin.
transform your jump or your shift
Sei.
into a backwards leap. And at the very wind up of it, there are iframes. So if the animation gets interrupted, the game will think that the iframes are still active, and this will effectively make Beck invulnerable to damage.
Não mais robôs,
Aside from
senão
a
a
few
porta
conditions.
não abre
So
para
unfortunately,
progredir.
like Mega Man 1, the game has it where any instant kill scenarios will still kill you even with iframes. So you got to be very careful in that one. And then 2, anything that will interrupt iframes will interrupt the glitch. So anything like a cutscene, such as a door transition, any action that
Então,
also uses
agora não vai ficar
iframes,
executando essa
basically
espécie de
that.
dash,
It is very easy to set up though, and in Bat
que é
stage,
mais
it's
rápido para se
also
movimentar
practically the easiest to
durante
do
as
without
fases.
the need of his own weapon. But it's also his own weapon that'll make it the easiest to set up, period. So it is a very natural starter stage choice just in general. Now, I do want to mention, by the way, you're seeing all these little callouts.
Bom,
And
pegou
if anyone would
pequeno
like to play
porta-caminho.
the voice game, if you want to say what the narrator here is saying, sprinter, good, great, all that jazz, feel free to. We highly encourage it here.
Sprinter!
There you go. Exactly like what Zonra said. So, yeah.
I got you. buddy.
With that detail aside, thanks, man. We actually also have another means of activating the glitch too, and that is what I call the conveyor jump, which is when you do the action shift before you fall off the conveyor belt, fittingly.
E
And
chegamos
first
no
method
boss.
is the box destruction jump. But yeah, let's move on to the bat fight. So
Mais uma
similar
vez
to
aí
the
usando
round digger,
os ataques
JP does not
de
have
limão, né?
a
Não tem
main weapon to use yet,
como
so he'll
fazer
just have to
comparação
mash
com
the button as
o
best
ataque
he
do
can.
Mega Man,
And
né? Que é o
Bat
tiro de
will
limão.
use all sorts of
Ou o
attacks,
Buster, né?
from little missiles from his leg to the Gatling gun to sticking himself to the ceiling. And
Eu
then
dormi
he might
sim,
even almost has a
Anakin.
little desperation move. He wants to avoid that missile, otherwise
Eu
it won't do
dormi
enough damage
sim,
to
Anakin.
instantly kill him. Yo, going for the swag strat too. Nicely done. That fine play bonus is purely for score. You do not have to do it if you wish to speedrun this game. That said, it does make for a nice little call out. It does make for achievement
Bom, ele vai
hunting as
ficar
well,
usando o
and
dash e
nicely done.
atacar os
Good
limões.
fight.
Pronto, já finalizou com o boss.
down.
7 to go.
Yeah, 7 to go and some final stages.
Now we got pretty much the Buster replacements. We won't see that much of the regular Buster anymore.
Yeah, we got the good weapon now.
Yeah,
We
the-
can play the game now.
Yeah, you can say that again. So,
E agora
slightly
o
number
Night
powers
Number
will have
9
multiple
pode usar aí
functions up
a
until left.
habilidade
The
de
battalion here
cópia,
is
né?
probably the simple
Dele,
kind,
que
where you have
somente que
a
ele acabou de fazer.
combination of
Ele
Rockman
pode
4's
usar aí a
remote
habilidade
line,
do
as well
boss
as
derrotado.
Mega Man 8's flash
E agora,
grenade. So it's
próximo level.
basically that rolled into one, and it is a very useful thing.
Did you see the
So
fraction?
this means that you can
Did you see the
remote
fraction
detonate.
of this
Oh,
last stage?
I did not.
Because I didn't write
Unfortunate.
it down.
Okay. So it's fine. I'll probably just try.
Tem uma
to quickly skip
personagem que
past
apareceu
that.
ali debaixo da tela
Anyway,
falando. Ela
as I was
basicamente
saying,
seria
so this weapon
a Roll,
is also
né?
going to
Desse
serve as
universo.
mixed weakness. How you can
do
tell
Night Number 9.
one of two ways. The first, of course, being
Enquanto o Night
if,
Number 9 seria
if you
basicamente
see
o Mega
the
Man.
item number that you just saved within the stage, which well, method number 2, you also got the little advice button that shows up before you choose the stage. So this game
E agora
is very
estamos numa
easy
fase
to figure out the weakness order from, whether you like it or not.
cavernosa, onde
And the
temos
interesting thing about
várias
those drills and
máquinas
mixed stage
minerando.
right there is that these are the one exception to an instant kill obstacle that you can actually pass through with iframes. Well, we don't know why that is, but we take
E como ele
advantage of that.
pegou justamente
Use that
uma
tricky jump,
espécie de canhão do
which
boss
can
anterior,
slip you
então,
up
né?
if you're not too
Pedra
cautious.
faz
I usually am,
sentido.
because I
Pedra
don't
ser
usually
fraco
get a good
contra
cycle for the platform for me to
o
feel
poder do
comfortable,
boss.
but that was pretty dang good. Yeah, he's breezing through this stage. By the way, you're watching the world record runner of this game, this category right now. So if he's doing a really good job, I say that it is indeed a given. This man has been making this game his bread and butter, and it's something that I can't help but feel absolutely proud of. You know.
They also tiny.
All right, here comes Mick.
Bom,
Oh, and you
hora
go
de
first.
enfrentar aí o boss.
Okay, so there's going to be a
Tá
desperation
usando aí a
move where he will
fraqueza.
drop 2 other drills, and on the offset chance that crushes him, that will end the fight very early. We'll see if that happens, but yeah, no, I didn't think so. This is also the boss fight where this is like one of the only boss
Explosões
fights
de
where he
pizza.
can summon boxes, and we can actually use those to do the iframe glitch.
Bom, boss
But it is a bit
derrotado.
slow because those boxes do have probably the most health of any kind of box. each box has a different type of health after all. So the wooden ones are the weakest, and then it goes a little bit up to the more solid ones, and then I guess you could call those the gravel ones right there.
Bom, e
Which
agora
also
é o
makes
momento do
activating the
Netman
iframe
Online
glitch
adquirir
a
a
little
habilidade
bit
do
hard
boss.
to do in this stage.
Ai,
Because,
meu Deus,
there's
olha
the
o jeito
backup
que ele
location,
ficou.
which he did get the glitch for. And
É, o jogo não é
yeah,
ruim,
you
mas
gotta
muita gente
basically
meteu a
figure out the
boca
timing
na
to it
época,
all.
Maruquezu.
All right, Zonris, so what's the deal with
Porque
this stage?
esperava uma coisa,
Yeah,
né?
this is
O
like
pessoal que,
my personal
que
nemesis
né,
when I
deu
speedrun this
no
game. This is a really,
Kickstarter
really
ali,
addictive
né?
stage. You're playing on this like
O criador
this
do
car
Mega
track,
Man, o pessoal teve gente que
and
se decepcionou.
you're jumping
Só
through
lembro do pessoal
imposters,
metendo a
cars,
boca na época.
all kind of vehicles.
Mas o
But
jogo,
if
assim,
you
olhando, ele
mistime a
não é
jump or something,
ruim.
or get hit midair and
Ele,
lose momentum and
assim,
you
para
fall
o
into
cara que
like
criou o Mega
the road,
Man,
you just instantly
tá
die.
bem
So
fiel
this
aos jogos do Mega
entire
Man.
level
Para
here
quem
is
gosta,
full of like
é
these
muito bom.
insta dies if you fall down. The
Mas, né, pro
stage
pessoal
kind
que
of
é fã
sucks, to be honest.
assíduo, né,
And it
da
has like
franquia
a bunch
Mega
of auto
Man, meio que
scrollers too.
So this is a
teve gente
perfect
que
time for
realmente
some
meteu o
messages.
pau ali
Yes,
na época.
take it
Eu
away,
só
Maruki.
lembro
Yay!
na época o quanto de gente
$200
reclamou do
donation
jogo.
come in from Stuttgart, who says another ESA,
Reclamaram do
another
design
demo,
do Might
and not
Number
only is that a
9,
$200
entre
donation,
outras
that
coisas.
$200 donation
Eu só
went
fiquei
to the
assim,
Plum
gente, pra
Cosplay
que
Incentive
tudo
for
isso?
Chenso Club, which
Eu
means
fiquei
we
meio que
will now
assim, sabe?
have a Plum cosplay for the Chenso Club run coming up after
Let's
Mighty Number
go.
9.
A
Let's go,
história é bem
that's
fraca.
cool.
Very quickly for you then, a $30 donation from Alexue, who says, "Hey ESA, great cause and great event.
É,
Thank you for your
quando a
donation."
história não
And a
ajuda,
$9 donation from your biggest
aí é
fan.
complicado.
Oh.
E ele
One
morreu.
thing we didn't mention that if you get hit during a dash, you will lose control of Peck for a little bit.
É, aí
That's
acaba sendo um problema se a história é fraca.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
knockback frames are majorly increased during a dash, so you want to be extra careful. It's a bit of a give and take situation, but yeah, keep going.
Você
Stan.
apoiou,
Thank you very
Marukizu?
much. Your run, you jump in whenever you need to. A $9 donation coming from your biggest fan, IX86, who says, "Hello, JP. As your biggest fan, I'm so excited to watch your run and donate. Show us the true meaning of dashing. Nice shirt, by the way. P.S. I feel like it's
Ah,
appropriate title
complicado.
for a $9 train.
É
Let's
complicado,
go."
né? Se você torce pra ter uma
I like
boa
that.
história, né?
Mighty number 9 train. I get it.
Porque isso daí
Yeah,
ajuda
I
muito, né?
agree.
Uma história boa
Chat,
ajuda na
definitely
construção
get along with that one. And
do
folks in the
jogo, e
audience,
não
if you're
só de um
feeling
jogo, mas
inclined to
também
do
de uma
so as well,
franquia em si.
let's see it.
Yeah, but yeah, JP demonstrated beautiful to me why this stage is what I just explained earlier. Why this stage is like terrible.
Yeah.
Like one tiny mistake and you're dead. And yeah, that's what I wanted to mention earlier. So whenever you defeat the earlier mighty numbers, they will help you in the next stage with some tiny cutscenes, and they make a tiny part of the stage a tiny bit easier. It's a cool little detail.
Bom,
And also
essa é uma
the
fase
weapons you get from
barra
this
auto-scroller,
kind
né? Não pode cair na
So
pista,
the
porque
best
senão,
auto-scroller yet, because we
como
get
vocês
the
viram com o que
iframe
acontece
glitch,
com o runner, você morre.
so we just have to avoid the road.
Yeah, before I hand it back to the donations, I should probably explain that
Então tem que
this
esperar
level
a tela andar
definitely
por
takes a similar
você
philosophy to
pra
the Mega Man
progredir.
Zero train levels, which, by the way, this game was developed by Inti Creates. You actually
Nossa,
might have
partiu o
seen
carro em
creators
dois ali, um
of
carinha.
Azure Striker Gunvolt 3. And yeah, this was a time where Inti was trying to do a 3D, 2.5D platformer, something they're not usually used to doing. So I can understand that they might have been out of their element as to why people might think this game is subpar, but honestly, we do believe it's not that
A
bad a
fase do
game
Capitólio é
overall, and
melhorzinha,
speedrun really does
mais
help
criativa,
that
hein?
theory or
Interessante,
feeling
Marukizu.
anyway, but you know. Anyway, yeah, so Brand's just trying to slice cars. Hopefully there aren't any people in those cars, but we should probably explain the... Okay, we're already at the boss. Sorry, Skenme, we'll get back to you soon.
No, you do what you need to do.
Okay, so what JP's going to try and do with this boss fight is there's going to be a desperation move skip. It is not the most
E agora temos aí
consistent, but we'll see
o
if
terceiro
he manages
boss,
to
vai
get it.
usando aí a
The idea
fraqueza mais uma
behind
vez,
Mix
aí o
Power
Night
is
Number
that
9.
it forces Brand's blades to break, which also allows his moveset to be semi-manipulable, as it forces him to use certain moves without the blades, but ooh, okay.
Nope.
Unfortunately, we will have to see it. That's perfectly fine, though. It's fairly easy to avoid if you know what you're doing. I will admit, though, it's not the easiest for me to avoid. But yeah, you can, as you can see right there, Mixed Power basically turns you
Nossa,
into a human bulldozer,
nós
allowing
derrotamos.
you to plow through enemies, and as long as you get the chain jumps in there, you can really make Brand's health melt. Nicely done. So now we're going to have our zero power-up of sorts with a little bit of rending scissors a la Kill a Kill. And yeah, don't lose your way, JP.
How much was that, sorry?
32.
32.
E,
Alright,
bom,
how-
mais
so
uma habilidade
that-
copiada.
Fast, Jesus.
Enquanto isso, nós temos
Yeah,
o
I'm just gonna.
professor ali simplesmente
The thing is, this game does run off
gritando ali
vegetation,
ao fundo.
so
Ah!
we can actually spare a moment to let the results screen
Vamos para a
show.
próxima
It's
fase
just a matter
agora.
of trying to be fair for the sake of RTA.
Saímos do auto-scroller para uma
Alright,
fase
so
que
here's
agora
Diamond
as
Stage.
luzes se
This
apagam.
is a power plant. We're gonna have a few blackouts here and there, and this hallway. I like to traverse
Ai,
it
meu
using mixed
Deus,
power-up
o
as a little
cara, o
testament to
doutor ali
Joe,
falando,
a runner known to have done the game
mamães, o cara tem medo
entirely
do
without
escuro.
using the iframe glitch to shout out to them.
Meu Deus,
But
parabéns,
other than
vocês
that,
colocaram um doutor
this
cagão de
stage
escuro.
is gonna
Meu,
feature
isso...
quite a bit of busting enemies. We got a couple of gauntlet rooms, as we usually like to call them. I don't think we properly explained those. Simply try to destroy the enemies as fast as you can, whether it be by absorbing them or
Não,
by just
por que,
flat out
pra que colocar mamãe na,
deleting them,
na
if that
fala,
is
meu? Quem que
something you
teve
can
essa
do as
ideia?
well. Of course, it doesn't give you any bonus for doing so, but yeah. Zonris, remind me, did you explain the full heal?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so while Zonris explained the different types of Zell power-up colors, you might be wondering the whole point of the blue enemies, and that's actually to feel like the equivalent to an E-tank, which JP just got right there. Good timing. So now
Eu
you can
tenho
press the
medo do
select
escuro,
button,
mas eu não fico
or I
chamando
guess
a
in this
minha mãe,
case, the touchpad, because it's a PS controller,
sendo uma
and
adulta.
it will allow his health to heal fully at command. The only problem is this also works even if you're at full health, so you gotta be very careful not to waste it by accident.
É melhor que nada.
Okay, so coming up is some more instant death traps. You're probably noticing that enough of the instant death traps
Ai,
in this
desculpa,
game
mas eu
have
não
this color
consegui
coding of
tancar o
pink.
cara,
I can't
cara
tell if
adulto
the
ali,
dev team was
doutor,
thinking Danganronpa
simplesmente
or
chamando a
something
mãe
like
dele,
that, but
por conta do medo do escuro.
yeah, pink is very deadly. Try to avoid it as best you can because again, iframes cannot help you.
Não dá pra
if you
tancar.
contact with any of those, but here come the two very daunting casual traps, and first try, nicely done.
That's
Oh,
that's even one that
Ai,
is
ai.
casually, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That
Games
is-
and
yeah,
Devs,
it's
Every time it's
dash, so-
scary.
that's one of those
the thing
sections.
is, because your dash has a set limit on how far it can go, it is possible to accidentally die, even if you're doing the duck dash as the game hints you to.
Não
It's
conhece o
definitely one of the
Shadow?
infamous
Você
things
fala
about this stage,
do
and
Big
certainly
Bang
a casual
Theory?
gatekeeper of
Eu mal
sorts.
assistia essa série.
Alright, now we're coming up to the
Eu vi um
Dynamite.
episódio ou
So,
outro no
Brand's
SBT de
power
madrugada
allows
quando eu
us to
chegava
swing a
nos
blade, and
cursos
it does not
de
waste energy. Of
no
course,
curso de
we have
técnico
a
em
couple of charge
química.
attacks. The one we'll want to use is the midair one that goes downward for when she uses her desperation move, which is basically a shield.
Eu só lembro dele
But otherwise,
batendo
we're
na
just gonna
porta
slash through
e
her health like
falando,
that.
Penny,
What she tries to do in
Penny,
the fight is you see those
Penny.
little electric bits. She tries to scatter them
A
across the
única
field
coisa que eu
and
lembro do Shadow
eventually
é isso.
zaps
E que ele
electricity into them.
é bem
But things can also
enjoado.
get stuck on Beck as well. That was a very good fight, though. It can be
pattern.
done very, very cleanly like that with no problem whatsoever.
Also puns, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's kind of like a bee,
Okay,
I
I saw
guess.
that.
Yeah. You're learning.
We are essentially giving Zonorous the power of eagle eyes. I love
Nossa,
that.
isso aconteceu no
See
Twitter,
a number in
Maruquezuro.
a fraction of a second.
Indeed.
Yeah, coming up to like
So-
the most unique stage of this game.
Yeah. Would you like to go over it?
Yeah, so basically the mighty number in this what's his name again?
Shade.
Shade, right? Exactly. So we're
Bom,
just,
ele
like,
terminou o
lying
boss ali
close
que
to the
eu nem
building,
vi,
and
porque
the
é...
star can go left or right, and he's like
Ai,
hiding, and he's
não
like
deu pra... O
this sort of
assunto do
sniper guy who's like
escuro
shooting these
não,
like
não deu pra mim,
green
não
beams.
deu, eu perdi o
And so
foco.
you're basically trying to
Bom,
find him in this
estamos
like
numa
house
espécie
a few
de
times and like do some damage and then
Casa
you
Branca.
get directly to the boss fight. But in the speedrun we like do a very specific one where we like see him once, go back here to like the entrance hall. Yeah, that's the guy here. We zap him a bit with the weapon we got from the previous stage. We do that 2 more times and let's go.
Sim,
directly
realmente
to
o
the
Sonic
boss fight.
Boom
So
foi
it's kind
muito
of a very unique
meme.
stage
O Knuckles
where you're just trying to
monstro,
find him as fast as
o
possible instead of
Sonic mais
needing to
pernudo.
go through the entire stage because you can't do that.
Não teve como.
It's a very cool concept.
Absolutely.
esse é o
And one of the
Capitólio.
most daunting things about it, though, that also makes it
No
a
fundo das contas,
massive
atração de
fan favorite,
apoiadores.
is that if you do
Interessante,
die, you have to
Maruquezuro.
start from the entire beginning, meaning that the hide and seek sequence
Interessante.
completely resets. So you do not have any checkpoints
Sabia
until
não.
you reach the hallway to the Oval Office. And yeah, this is indeed the Capitol building, which, by the way, if you're curious about those
Oh
portraits on the wall,
no!
ooh, what happened?
I have the red power up in the
Um
first
bom
section.
easter egg.
I haven't done this section in a while, so let's see. This is gonna be like a minute
see.
plus, I think.
I would have recommended probably going the other way, but I guess this is fine, because what JP's now
E
going
deram mais
into
dinheiro pra
is
ter
the
a
one
foto de
room
fundo.
that you actually see
Caramba!
Dynatron appear, which
Agora
is a
viraram.
pilot
Eles
room.
são easter eggs
Normally preferable
praticamente.
to skip that one, but you know what? I don't necessarily blame you for just going straight forward and going with what you think makes sense. I will say that if you were curious about the wall portraits within this level, those are actually folks that backed the Kickstarter up to a certain tier. So shout out to them. I know that one of the folks basically confirmed that one of them was themselves from, I believe it was Game Soup's video. So yeah, just a little fun factoid there.
Vamos ali,
Alright, let's
precisa
hope.
encontrar o Counter Shade.
Okay, phew.
Minute plus.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. It's
Bom,
certainly happened to me as
conseguiu.
Yeah, it's time we settle this like real robots.
well. Yeah.
No cheating here
I
allowed.
want to see. No cheating allowed. No, we gotta fight this like men. This place ain't big enough for the two of us.
E agora você enfrenta um boss nessa salinha.
But yeah, so this is the counter shade fight, and Dynatron is his weakness. It doesn't deal the most damage, but what makes it very useful is that it prevents him from warping around as long as he attempts to do so while the electric bits are stuck in him and dealing
Tá usando aí a
damage.
fraqueza
So JP is essentially
do boss.
alternating between
E
shooting,
alternando entre
using
ataques
Dyna's
normais,
power,
runner,
absorbing health, so on and so
pra
forth.
poder finalizar com Counter
And he
Shade.
just skipped his desperation move. Nicely done. All right.
Redemption, almost.
Yes.
He does, during the second half, he does summon clones. You can't necessarily get hurt by them, though. Only the real one can deal you damage.
I think this was like 40 seconds. Not even a minute.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering
That's
what the Kickstarter has also given for some rewards, we actually saw some billboards within the highway stage within Brandish, which we might have caught wind of Ego Raptor of the Game Grumps. And then it's kind of funny how he
Vamos
would
agora para a
later
próxima
be
fase.
associated with Inti Creates, providing the voice of Ace from their 2022 game, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X2. So, yeah, it's kind of funny to see. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a spin-off game, so what can I say, man?
And now we get to like
yeah,
the
anyway.
mandatory air stage where you can also very easily die if
E aí a gente vê ali ao
miss time
fundo
jump or so and fall down, so
dirigível
you're trying to climb this construction building.
no meio deste prédio
There's
aparentemente em construção.
sections with wind, or these like sort of outdoor sections here. And if you fall down by mistiming a jump or like taking damage or something, it's another instant death. Glorious, glorious game.
Interessante, Marukezu, sobre essa informação.
I guess
Eles
there's only
dublam
one
animes.
phrase. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I guess there's only one phrase we can properly say, and that's thanks, Avi.
Então, e agora estamos no dirigível.
There are a couple of mini bosses here. We want to get the red
Saímos do
power for the
prédio, né?
first two, and then
E é hora de
finish the
atacar aí
second one
o
with power.
mini boss.
But yeah, I think this is a good time
Pronto.
for some messages also, since we'll be just demolishing these things.
Absolutely. There's a $9 donation who's coming from Hydrogen994 who says, "Did I hear $9 train? Choo-choo!" And I also want to call out that we have just reached $71,000 raised for Alzheimerfonden. Keep your donations coming in.
That's good.
Awesome.
Bom, mini boss derrotado.
The second section of the stage can be done with iframes. I do it without Shade's weapon for.
E aí a gente volta pro prédio de
I
novo.
don't know if it's slower or faster, but I just do it like this. I usually get a better cycle for
Dando
this
continuidade aí à frase.
time around
Frase não, a
six to
fase.
away from me, so sad.
Ei, já tô começando a
Really
errar.
hoops can deal. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can explain Shade's weapon.
Yeah, Shade's weapon is like the sniper shot that like ricochets off and like off walls and enemies. And if there's an enemy nearby, it like targets the like what's the correct like grammatical term? The enemy who is most nearby. Is that correct?
Yeah, something like that.
I think you get what I mean, right?
Bom, mais uma vez 10 aí
And the
sendo
only
executados.
downside to this is that it is a very high ammo consumption weapon. But I think we should explain one of the interesting quirks about weapon ammo That, of course, being there's actually no on-stage weapon refills. Well, sort of. They're actually the health power-ups. Health power-ups do double up as weapon refills as well.
Bom, mas um
But
momento
weapon ammo also
paciência para poder
refills over
subir.
time too.
Run
So as long
executando
as you're
vários
within the
dashes
power-up
para
itself, then
ajudar na
yeah, it'll
subida
just go
mais
back to
rápido,
you
ser um
naturally,
pouco
which is
mais
really
rápida,
nice.
né?
I believe that you can, yes, you can also gain it back from enemies as well. So enemies that you absorb will also feed it into your weapons bar as well, which is what we will also be seeing with Avi right here. So, yeah, he's going to have a camera in front of him.
E aí
Want to
chegamos no
bounce the
próximo
bullet off
boss.
him or just get the bullet close to him as possible. This is the move we do not usually want to see from him, though. That bomb rush attack is what's going to make him very hard to hit. And yeah, he just chooses to do it whenever he
Bom, ele já
so
tá usando a
pleases. So
fraqueza já
RNG early on,
para poder
not
atacá-lo.
necessarily the best with that, but yeah, we just got him in a really good spot right there.
Interessante.
Overtime, I didn't know if you said that.
Also, chat, guess what happens if you
Interessante que
fall
ele
down
dublou
between those
Shikamaru.
platforms during the
Que
entire fight?
Naruto eu acompanhei
At least you don't start
bastante,
the
né?
stage again. That would be nice.
That's true.
If you die too
Another
often,
thing that
you have
also
to-
makes it
Go ahead, Tempest, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that one thing that makes it a saving grace is that there is a wind current below, which we should have explained that you can keep
Bom,
dashing
boss
upward and
derrotado.
it'll keep carrying you upward. It actually makes Beck go even higher if he jumps within a wind ground from the ground.
Hora de
So,
pegar aí a
yeah,
habilidade
now
do
we're gonna
boss.
get a power that also makes him especially go higher. Shame it wasn't for this stage, but you know what? That's okay.
We get used.
Zoners, could you explain Avi's power?
Yeah, Avi's power is like you saw, he's like
E
this,
vamos já para a próxima fase.
helicopter-themed kind of robot.
Rápido
And
assim.
you get like the rotor blades, which they have like this quirky thing that you will see in like this boss fight, where you can do a lot of damage very fast. We'll get to that when we get to that. But also you can do this other thing where you can like propel yourself upwards a tiny bit because it's a rotor blade, you know, as it works with like helicopters. It's a cool weapon. Has a few very niche, awesome cases.
This stage is also introduces the slippery surfaces mechanic that's used only for
Bom,
this and
depois
the
aí
next
do
stage.
corte de cutscene,
Here, oil,
dando
if you
continuidade,
touch on oil
temos que
without
passar
giving
pelos
any
robôs,
horizontal
senão
inputs, you will go
a
faster
tela
for some
não
reason.
libera.
If you do give horizontal input, you will do the regular dash speed. But you can take a guess what the next one's gonna be.
I mean, can I buy a vowel for that one?
Yes.
Essa fase é bem criticada pelo mau level design.
Useful.
Nossa, eu não sabia disso.
It is very useful, yes.
É que Night Runner não tem
Especially if
muita
you're trying to play the game
informação,
on
né?
Maniac, so it also has
Nunca joguei o jogo.
as well. So, yeah, definitely, it's super easy to learn too. We do eventually plan on making a proper tutorial for anyone that wishes to try some of these tricks or even the speedrun itself. So, yeah. In the meantime, we are moving on to Pyro, who...
No final, quando esses tanques caem. Eita, e já chegamos no boss. Foi muito rápido essa fase.
Oh, really?
Foi muito rápida, já
I did
estamos
not
no
know.
boss.
Very prominent VA.
And he's already
And
dead.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's what I
Nice
meant.
Pyro juggle.
Yeah, you'll see that later again on the late game stages. Yeah, I'm not super familiar again how it works, but you can like use it multiple times in a row without it like
Bom,
expiring.
And hold
agora ele
the
vai
or
pegar
the
a
fidget
habilidade do
spinner and
Pyro.
deal damage to Pyro while you're inside him.
Right.
And as you absorb an enemy, they won't have a hitbox for a little bit.
I didn't pay attention to the
Oh, me neither.
Damn it.
Bom, mais uma cutscene foi espada. Vamos para o próximo level. Que obviamente é de gelo.
Any ice physics
E gelo é fraco contra.
This game has ice physics with the slippery surface thing.
Né?
at least.
Well, let's
Fogo.
not forget, it's not just an ice level, it's also a water level.
Indeed.
Que grito foi esse?
Sorry, it's tradition.
Rip my ears.
Oh gosh, dang. Was it
Alguém
that loud?
gritou ali, meu.
At least the beginning of it, but
It's
Esse
fine.
som não
It's
pode ter
fine.
sido do jogo. Alguém gritou.
Just came out of nowhere.
Lá na ESA.
I'm sorry.
Que foi isso?
You're fine, don't worry about it.
Vocês ouviram? Eu tô maluca.
He knows. Anyway,
Bom, a
Beck's
fase
physics in the
deveria ser
water
condizente
are
com
very
gelo, mas é de
much
água.
right. I'm sorry. I need a moment.
Ok,
for
agora
that one.
temos uma parte de gelo.
Beck's physics in the water for jumping
Ai,
are very
meu
much
Deus.
so, of course, trying to use that to your advantage applies. And then you can keep yourself suspended much easier while dashing within water as well. Sometimes it even helps to have Avi's power up too, in case you want to really make it that simple. Of course, there's a
Voz é bem
very
legal,
unfortunate quirk
Maruquezu.
with platforming on ice here, that being that Beck cannot grab icy platform ledges. So, yeah. Also, we're coming up to the second of 2 Pong mini bosses. You got to be a little bit careful
Bom,
here
derrotando o
because
mini boss
apparently
agora.
the right one has a bit of a potential glitch where he suddenly cannot be defeated, and unfortunately that would invalidate your run. We did, however, get a nice little health bar glitch where, despite being defeated, the empty health bar is there at least until we make it into the boss room. And yeah, that's all there really is to it. So he made it look easy, but let me tell you, that last section before the boss room is probably the most
Bom, hora de
daunting
enfrentar aí
thing of
boss.
that stage, hands down.
Tá usando aí a
So as
fraqueza.
we're now trying to melt cryo, pew pew pew, pew pew pew.
Bom, já
Good
era.
job. She's cute, but she's also a huge troublemaker. If she freezes you, she'll encase herself in a nice spiky ball, do as JP likes to call the Sonic the Hedgehog ball jumps, and
Ele faz
deal
trocadilhos com a
massive
palavra
amount of damage
gelo,
if it
pelo que eu
makes contact
percebi.
with you. Not to mention, if Beck gets frozen, you have to really mash to get him out of there, and it's never fun. So, yeah, using Pyro's power, which, as you saw, JP was charging up to release these fire explosions.
E agora vamos
You
pra
gotta
prisão.
make sure to keep real close to her in order for this to work out. Otherwise, the best way to stun her is just knock her down off her ice tower when she's shooting.
E agora a gente
Coming
controla a
up to the
personagem
worst
que
stage in the game, probably.
representa a
We
Ro.
managed to avoid drowning. And after that, we get to Metal Gear Solid stage.
Yes, this Metal Gear inspired stage. We're playing Roll. No, wait.
Call.
That was a joke. Yeah.
Roll out of.
She's like the assistant of Beck / Mega Man. You know the deal. And she has some interesting stuff, just like a tiny backpack that you can do tiny floating. But
Bom,
she is
ele
lacking
sendo
this
esquipado
entire
ali.
dash and absorption mechanic, which
Vai dando continuidade para pegar agora os
playing
cartões
this
de
game
segurança.
this long in the speedrun, you're kind of like, you kind of get used to this mechanic, and then you're like, why can't she do that? So you can't absorb all the cool like power-ups. And the goal of the stage is to collect these super well-hidden security cards, so you can open like doors and stuff. And yeah, also, when you can't dash into enemies, that also makes a lot of the fights kind of longer and more annoying. And
Bom, enquanto isso, robôs aparecem ali.
yeah, good
Yeah.
demonstration of that.
This is definitely a very good time for messages and stuff.
Yes.
Absolutely. So it's all yours, Sken Me.
Oh, thank you very much. We've had a $9 donation come in from Base Guy, who says, "Looking good, JP. Must be the power of the derp shirt."
Yeah, shout out to Ahmad. That's one of his shirts, in case you're wondering.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, we got time for
Normal,
some more.
estagnado.
Wonderful. A reminder then that all of your donations are going towards Alzheimer Fountain.
Quem é ansioso tem esse tique da perna.
On Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. Have you seen the awesome prizes that we've got available for all donations over $5, which happens to be the minimum donation as well? So everyone who donates is eligible for prizes, everything from Pokemon pins to a plush of Ori, to a print of Ranni's Tower, a Squirtle plush, all the way up to our grand prizes, the custom ESA PlayStation 5 and the custom ESA Nintendo Switch. All the information available at prizes.esamarathon.com.
Vai dando os dashes ali e acabou morrendo porque encostou no teto.
Yeah, that's
That
one
is
of the.
easily one of the tightest things to make.
That is a really tricky jump.
That's also one of two. There's second one on the next stage.
Yeah, I would know.
Bom, vai passando de novo aí pela
what I found
sessão.
cool is that despite having the ability to hover, you gotta really know when to put on the brakes. Otherwise, that can happen. And it can happen to anyone, really.
Oh no!
Ele morreu de
That's
novo.
a little bit too-
Ah, não,
I'm
dessa
gonna
vez
take
ele
that
foi muito
slow.
baixo.
Yeah, I would probably recommend that. I'm surprised that
Tem uma missão de zerar o jogo sem morrer.
made it.
Wow, that was a
Bom,
little
isso já não vai
There's just
fazer.
some sections of
Essa
this
missão
game
não
that
dá
are
pra
just
cumprir mais porque ele já
unnecessarily
morreu já 3 vezes.
like that one. As wonderfully demonstrated.
Fizeram de propósito, né, aquela parte ali pra você morrer mesmo.
There we go.
There
Agora
we go.
foi.
It was way more scary done safely than doing regularly.
Yeah, try not to give me a heart attack, man.
I'm gonna give it on the next stage though, don't worry.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
I'm gonna try that once.
E agora estamos no elevador.
Yeah, this is straight up
E
the
aparece
easiest
aí
part of the game.
Jump too high.
um boss.
Oh,
Alright, so we've officially moved into the worst boss of the game, K9 here, or as our friend LV Creed likes to call him, the old guard derp. And he is easily one of the slowest bosses, and the very reason this stage is slow. By the way, this call stage, this was a Kickstarter stretch goal. As much as I love call, as much as I appreciate...
Parece um Lego mesmo. Eu ia falar isso. Eu ia falar isso, mas Maruquezu já tirou as palavras da minha boca, então...
At the very least, give us a different boss from this one, because unfortunately, the only way to damage
Parece um Lego esse boss.
shooting his eye out, and that's about it. So how it's going to work is, luckily this is very much cycle-based. He'll always repeat this attack pattern no matter what. But it's a matter of trying to see what gets summoned to the ground first. The fight guarantees that there will be 2 sensors, 2 bombs, in any particular order. We do know that the boss can go
Não, e
down
o jeito de
from
você
3
dar
bombs
dano
out.
é você atirar na
So, if
câmera
you so
dele.
choose to, you
Que são os
could
olhos.
potentially have
E aí ele
K9
fica sem os
ignore
olhos,
a
entra
sensor,
num estado de
but
ataque.
the RNG can
E,
very
bom,
much punish you with
aí
time
você
loss
tem que
if
esperar
it
aparecer um
does not work
robozinho
out
pra
in
ele
your favor.
comer, recuperar a visão,
Another thing, though,
né, a
this
câmera
can also
dele, pra
happen
você atacar
accidentally,
ele de
meaning
novo e
that
dar o dano.
K9 can miss eating the thing whether you wanted it to or not, or it can even crush the thing if it tries to jump on it. It's not
Dessa vez
fun.
ele
It's
engoliu uma
really not.
bomba, o que deu mais dano.
Yeah, this boss fight is more waiting than anything else.
Esse chefe é bem tedioso, tem que esperar.
or anything. Because yeah, we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, hit us up with something else.
Tell a joke.
You
How
just
about
want
some
me-
bid wars?
You want me to cover for you, is what you're saying
Yes,
here, right?
yes.
Aí vem mais uma
Absolutely.
bomba,
So,
ele engolir.
a reminder to everybody in Twitch chat that you can
Boa.
support Simon Fonda not just by donating. In case you want to donate, you can type !donate and the links will be delivered to you in the chat. However, you can also cheer and subscribe, and all revenue from cheers and subscriptions will be forwarded by ESA to Alzheimer Fonden throughout the entirety of Winter 23. Well, ESA Winter 23, I'm assuming.
Aí lá vem mais um robô, dessa vez vai recuperar a visão.
23. Coming up bid war wise, we have.
Hora de dar o dano.
We've already met
Pronto.
the Plum cosplay incentive that's happening for the Chensu run after Mighty Number 9. But what else do we have coming up?
Well, I do know that there's the Pokemon Red and Blue trainer name. How are we looking with that?
We do have the Pokemon Red and Blue trainer name. It's almost as if you should do my job for me. I didn't have this tab open.
It's almost like he has.
Bom, e agora a
It's almost like
fábrica
he's
de
getting
robôs.
donations for that run.
Someone's read. So you're right with the Pokemon Red and Blue trainer.
Não, né,
we have
estagnado, não
two
faz
names in the
sentido
race.
nenhum,
Currently,
né?
the lead is Zelda with $69.
Não faz sentido, né?
Chloe and Luigi Spin and Pika P, 3 names all on $25. Kai on $11.
Fez mais sentido ele ter engolido a bomba, porque deu dano internamente nele, né, no boss. Faria mais sentido isso, ele engolir as bombas, né, você quebrar a câmera para ele engolir bombas, né, porque assim não veria a bomba, ele engolir qualquer coisa que estivesse na frente dele, para ele tomar dano, do que você atirar na câmera dele para ele tomar dano.
Someone say roll call.
Oh yeah, here you see like the super OP like
Oh god.
Bom, de qualquer forma, a gente está de volta com o Night Number 9.
I messed up my inputs. And she went inside while we were ready to get absorbed. That's wonderful.
That was a little bit close for call there. So, first and foremost, hi mom. Bye mom.
Oh
Não,
god.
destruiu aí a mãe.
Wait, what happened?
Tá escrito Mon, né?
Call.
Yeah, closer
Mas
call.
passou ali pelo mini boss
Oh, we
chamado
might
Mãe.
die,
Was
actually.
that an unintended pun?
It might as well be.
Yeah,
Então, né? Estagnado,
That's it.
exatamente.
We'll see how it happens, but hey. We don't have refights, but we have a refight. Or
E aí a
respawn.
gente vai
Tutorial
enfrentando
boss.
aí
A
mais
singular
um mini
refight of a
boss.
souped up tutorial boss.
and we're definitely not zero.
No.
But looking good. There we go.
Zero
Pronto.
domination
Nice.
was good.
Okay.
Alright, so now we gotta flip a few other switches.
Vai
Ooh,
realizando
really?
dashes, quase
Oh.
poderia ter caído ali.
Keeping it clutch, man.
Gotta keep it interesting.
Ele poderia ter
Say
tomado
that
outra
again.
morte.
Speaking of interesting, we got an entire gauntlet room where a couple of our mighty number siblings are actually gonna help us a little.
Yeah, if you
So
look at the
Shade and
background.
Cryo.
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
actually, that's the thing. Shade
Enquanto
and Cryo
isso,
will be
destrua os
actually
robôs,
trying to
senão você não
circumvent
pode
us, which can
progredir
deal
mais
damage
uma
to you.
vez.
So you can use that to your advantage if you so choose, or if you're more willing, you can just go ham on them yourself if you feel it's faster.
It's a good way to collect blue energy. Just as I did, and I healed myself, so I'm good. Also, I'm leaving one energy, one of those green energy releasing enemies.
Yeah, the
just
enemy
bashing
at the
against
very
wall.
left.
Yeah, I can pick that for a quick speed boost after this section ends. So
If you do take too long, Brand will eventually screen clear all the remaining enemies with a little cross
Bom,
slash.
pronto. Hora de progredir.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
too
what
early.
I'm talking. Oh,
almost close enough. Without the tip of
Okay.
the spear. Okay, this boss
Okay,
fight, I'm
good.
gonna
Bom,
have to
mais uma
concentrate. I
cutscene
haven't
sendo
gotten this in a while
esquipada.
yet.
all right. Serious
Hora
time.
de enfrentar aí mais um boss.
Could you explain, Tempest, what's going on?
Okay,
Pronto.
so what he's about to do right now is he's
E hora
going
de
to try
enfrentar aí
and
mais uma vez a
one-shot this
mãe.
boss using Cryo's power. If he fails, then the boss is going to engage
Não
his
sei porquê, mas o
desperation
nome é
mode,
mãe.
which wastes a lot of time, but he got it. That's way to go, man.
That was
So you saw him use Dinah's power on the eye, which is the best way to take care of that initial health bar. But like I said, if he took a bit too long, a new nameless robot unit would have spawned, and he would have had to do that all over again. Basically, I compare it to Mega Man 11's Impact Man, or as we like to call Impact Jail. And I typically like to say, there's no escape!
Bom, vamos agora
this
para
time there was
o
no
Coliseu.
escape.
That's
I'm
true.
sorry.
Aí já apareceu coisa do
So, welcome to
Smash
the
pra
final
mim.
stage.
Yes.
Aí parece mais coisa de Smash.
Purple Dominion.
Yes, where a lot of things are purple.
Except for the beginning.
Do jeito que apareceu o cenário ali.
You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, soon enough, soon enough. But of course we're gonna pick it in with a gauntlet where enemy can spawn behind your health bar.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's a nasty little trick they had up their sleeve.
Oh,
They're
very
right
much
there.
so.
Mais uma vez destrua robôs, senão você não pode
Once
progredir.
that's taken care of, well, we are out of the woods from those. There's going to be a bit of an interesting gimmick with this Battle Coliseum, though, which, by the way, that was actually the little opening backdrop we saw within the game itself. So interesting that they made it come around to this as the final stage. Which, by the way, you're probably curious about the plot. Allow me to fill you in on this one. So it's 20XX or something like that, but it's also the present year. Robots have become advanced. There's this cybernetic muscle tissue they're composed of, mostly called Zell, made by one Dr. Blackwell. And unfortunately, he had to try and do a plot that ended up scapegoating him into jail. And it was within this here Battle Coliseum. The very experiment he tried to stop from going haywire was a creation called Trinity, who happened to be made by his son, Bill Blackwell, who would then go on to be
Nossa,
known as
precisa ter
Dr.
cuidado
White.
com essas
That would
plataformas
be
aí que se
Beck's
movem, né?
trademark. And so now Trinity has
Enquanto vai
once
passando
again
pelos inimigos.
reawoken, no thanks to the money-grubbing president of Cherry Dynamics, Bill's former workplace. And now here we are to essentially purify her, just like we did the other Mighty Numbers. Essentially, there's no Dr. Wily within this game, which is kind of interesting. Essentially, the bad guy's creation of Dr. White that essentially wasn't the most complete. But here we have Beck, who apparently is capable of showing a full range of human emotion. Shame considering that he does not have a whole lot of moments in the game that allow him to really show off his personality, but we'll roll with it.
Hehe.
Nice.
Also,
Bom,
this is the
tem
final
que
boss
aguardar
fight.
esse
This is the final
Elevador lento descer. Meu Deus do céu,
A
paciência.
$10 donation has come in from Newbie King with no message. Thank
Too
you
much
for the
slow.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And yeah, we are gonna get a comeback from RV stage for a bit. This wind mechanic comes back for a bit. We have invincibility until now, because switching weapons also removes it. Because we want to have some height gain from those wind stuff, so we can make that platform.
Long run usou vários dashes
Pretty
ali
much
pra
about
não
to enter the
ser
final
morto.
boss, so
E agora
Tempest,
precisa escalar.
what's up with Trinity?
Oh boy. Well, Trinity, we usually like to call her the easy devil, but this can be a little bit hard to get used to. JP's gonna try and wait for her to become
Vamos
vulnerable to then
enfrentar aí
go
não sei se é um
ham
mini
on
boss ou
small
se é um
health.
boss, mas eu acho
It's
que é um
usually
mini
around
boss.
5 pixels, and there we go. He's just basically trying to match as
Executando
much
os
damage
danos.
into her as possible before she reforms and then becomes invulnerable. Okay, so he kind of did a little something at the end, whereby at least hitting her with Cryo's power, there's a little chip damage going on, and it does set up to make things a little bit easier at the end here. Otherwise, getting that wrong can be very troublesome because, well, if it wasn't obvious, you have to unfortunately start the first phase all over again if you die. And
Eita,
well, we've
então é o
got our
final
second
boss.
phase
Porque
right here.
mudou de
Now,
forma.
time is not going to be once the boss health
Mudou
runs
de
out, but
forma é
rather
final
once
boss.
the health
Só
runs
digo
out,
isso.
there's going to be a little bit of an animation, and then Trinity's core will pop up. And once JP dashes into that, that is when the clock will stop. For now, we've got these different sections making up this pretty little flower here. And JP is now going to use Brand's power, which, as long as
Porque
you're
já estamos
slashing, you
chegando
can
já no final
actually keep
já
this
tá
whole
perto
thing
da
going
estimativa, que é
and
46
practically be
minutos.
invulnerable to projectiles, just like those. So that's the quick kill right there. He got it nicely done. And let's get ready on time.
We're gonna play some Castlevania for a bit.
Can anybody say or
GG.
time?
Tiny bit too early right there.
Tiny bit.
Aí, final boss derrotado.
That's never happened before.
It sure has. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it definitely has. But yeah, that's Mighty number 9, any percent with Beck. And yeah.
E esse foi a run de
As
Night
was
Number
explained,
9,
the
gente.
game goes by in-game time, so and the final one is 83. So runs always end when where you check the save file time. But that time, for some reason, isn't complete. It's lacking the fractions from all the stages, the ones that we've been collecting. So your job is to add them up and then add those to the time shown in the save selection.
Bom dia, Marcelo.
Yeah, we're missing 2, but I'm counting like 5 or so.
5 or so, okay. We can like add 7, and that's gonna be okay.
Like plus 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, I could probably take a closer look and after
later,
we
but
cut out and
yeah,
stuff.
it's gonna be like 33, 30 something.
Yeah, like
It's
30
it's a time,
or
yeah.
so.
Considering how many times I died.
Olhar o
it's not
tempo
Yep.
in-game,
Not at all.
né?
Well,
bad. Thank you, Xoneris and Tempest Max, for joining me for this. I definitely
Deu
could
44,25.
concentrate a lot better. I don't want to even think if
oh,
I would have
shucks.
had to do any commentating myself. So how would that have
Any
gone?
shoutouts?
Shoutouts to the community. At first, we are a thing. We exist, we are small, we have a Discord. So if you, for some reason, have an interest to run the game or just play it, yeah, hit us up. We can tell you more likely. We don't have anything. Well, we do have stuff on the chat hidden in the history and dust, but
Bom, agradecimentos agora sendo
Absolutely.
feitos.
And if I could just say a quick little thing before we cut off, I definitely want to thank JP for just being one of the really chillest dudes to get to know. Honestly, having met him through this whole online scene and getting to do events with him is just a testament of how possible it is to grow as a speedrunner. You never know what you'll find with each opportunity, whether it's online, whether it's in person. If you really want to do this, and if you really want to showcase your stuff, all for the greater cause, do it. No matter what you are, no matter who you are, just do it. You'll get there someday, just like how we were able to get here. And I hope you all will take that to heart, because the journey isn't sometimes easy, but it's the end of the climb that matters the most.
Damn.
Thanks for
Very
having us.
inspiring words. Yeah, thanks for watching Mighty Number 9. This was definitely a game.
This was the game ever made.
This is the game ever made. And
This
yeah.
certainly was the game ever made. Thank you very
Scammy,
much
take it
to
away.
everybody for the run
Bom, o
there.
que vocês acharam, gente, da run de
That
Mighty
is the
Number
score.
9? O que
After
vocês
the
acharam
start
do
in
jogo?
position.
Bom, enquanto isso, a gente vai pro próximo jogo, que é Chainsaw Club, né? Tem 1 hora de estimativa. Bom dia, coxinha diagonal. All Areas é a categoria que vai ser aí do Chainsaw Club. É um jogo que aparece a Plan, né? Eu não conheço o jogo direito. Eu só sei que é o jogo que tem a Plan, que, né, tá em falta nas propagandas da ESA, né, nesse ano. Mas nos outros eventos da ESA, a Plan aparecia direto, a propaganda do Chainsaw Club aparecia direto. Esse ano meio que tá em falta, né? Eles estão passando mais o outro jogo. Mas a gente vai ter o jogo e tem um incentivo de jogar com a Plan no jogo, né? Que ela é uma personagem jogável. Enquanto, né, a propaganda tá rolando, eu vou fazer a pausa dos comentaristas e já volto.